Despite being up 84% over the past year, it has definitely been a rough week and a rough month for Crow Coin overall, as the coin is down 10% over the past 7 days and down 18% over the past month. However, there's an upcoming catalyst in June that I do want to cover in today's video, as well as discuss what is going on with the Cronos burns. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do enjoy the content, please consider hitting that sub and like button and turn that notification bell on so you can be notified when all of our latest videos go live on the channel. So without further ado, we are going to hop right into today's altcoin of discussion, and that's going to be Crow Coin. Now, before we actually get into the content, I do also want to just let you guys know that I know the videos have been a little bit inconsistent as of late. It's just been a really busy time. However, we are going to get back on the regular schedule of posting every Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday. So with that out of the way, we are going to get into the Crow Coin news in today's video, and we did speak about this in a previous video. The one big catalyst that I am looking for from Crow Coin, this month is the launch of the Cronos ZK EVM, or the Cronos Hyperchain as I've been calling it. And you can see here that this post was made back in February. They did say they were targeting a June 2024 mainnet launch. And we have covered the light paper in previous videos. So if you want more details on exactly what this new hyperchain will entail, feel free to check that out. However, in today's video, we're going to break down the newest update for the hyperchain, as we didn't get one, or we didn't get a really big one since this initial announcement in February. However, we did see this announcement from the team here. They tweeted announcing the successful upgrade of the Cronos ZK EVM testnet to Tethys. This major release, built on ZK Sync's version 24, introduces a shared bridge to Ethereum's Sepolia testnet, cheaper transaction fees, ZK Crow as the new gas token, VM version 1.5.0 with better pub data estimation and more opcodes, and faster and safer network upgrade workflows. So here's the full scoop on exactly what we can expect from the Cronos Hyperchain as they do prepare for the mainnet launch. So essentially, Cronos ZK EVM is a zero-knowledge Layer 2 blockchain, which is why they call it the ZK EVM, which is secured by Ethereum, representing a significant milestone on Cronos' journey towards scalability and mainstream adoption. So the Cronos ZK EVM project is a ZK chain using the ZK stack, launched in partnership between Cronos Labs and engineering teams from Matter Labs, who is behind ZK Sync. And we also got Crypto.com, and then VVS Finance, Fulcrum Finance, and Vano Finance working on this. So, basically 3 of the biggest dApps on the Cronos chain right there, as well as Crypto.com and Cronos Labs are all working to launch this. So the main points of differentiation of Cronos Hyperchain are as follows. So first of all, the existing user community, CrowFam, is a strong community of users and dApps that have proven their passion and resilience through market cycles. Shared liquidity. When users hold cryptocurrencies on a ZK chain, their assets are secured by Ethereum, where they can always choose to withdraw. They can then transfer their assets to other ZK chains securely and at low cost, thanks to unified bridge and messaging via the Layer 2. Now, yield-bearing assets. This is a big one in my opinion, probably the one that I would be most excited for the upcoming hyperchain. So this network is not going to be using Crow as its gas token. It's going to be ZK Crow. However, to my understanding, you have to actually convert your Crow into ZK Crow, or rather it automatically converts into ZK Crow when you transfer it from, let's say, the Cronos Layer 1 to the Cronos Layer 2. And they also are introducing ZK ETH and ZK USD token, and these are natively yield generating for users simply by holding them on chain. The yield generation protocol is being built out by Vano Finance. And what this effectively means is that simply by transferring your tokens to this chain, you will be generating yield automatically that will be reflected in the price. And It's really similar to liquid staking protocols in the sense where, let's say that Crow coin is 10 cents, okay, and you're getting a 7% yield on your Crow coin every single year through the Cronos POS chain. Simply by holding your Crow as ZK Crow on the layer 2, your Crow coin would be worth about 10.7 cents compared to 10 cents for regular Crow to actually go ahead and reflect that yield that is being offered. So really interesting concept. And then account abstraction. So dApps on the Cronos Hyperchain should support account abstraction by default. So they can take care of relaying transactions to Cronos Hyperchain and even paying for gas. So what is new with the upgrade? They have officially updated the Cronos.org website to basically to clarify how Cronos, the blockchain ecosystem, and all three of these blockchains work together. So for starters, you have the Cronos POS chain. This is, we can think of it as the layer 0. So this is where you actually go to stake your Crow, or where, this is about where a third of the Crow is at the moment, about 9.77 bill of the 26.5 bill circulating. And this is where it is at the moment, generating about a 7.9% yield. Then you have Cronos EVM. This is the Cronos chain, the layer 1 that they launched, I believe, back in November of 2022. And then Cronos ZK EVM, a new high-performance layer 2 network secured by Ethereum. And you can see here, if you actually take a look at this website, that it does clarify, between the Cronos Hyperchain, you have the light paper right over here as well. And here are the updated URLs to be used for the testnet. Now, in terms of technical improvements, they're basically looking to move the ZK Sync error from a standalone blockchain to becoming just one of many ZK chains in the ecosystem. And this update, specifically the Tethys upgrade, is introducing the shared bridge. So with Tethys, the bridge between Ethereum, Sepolia testnet, and Cronos Hyperchain testnet becomes a shared bridge connecting all ZK chains to Ethereum. The shared bridge will eventually enable seamless interoperability and cheap transfers between all of these chains. So when crypto assets are transferred via the shared bridge, they don't need to transit via the Ethereum mainnet, and the shared bridge will effectively represent a liquidity aggregation layer between these different chains. Now, cheaper transaction fees. The upgrade makes it possible for the network to save on layer 1 transactions by storing data in Validium configuration or in the new data blobs introduced by Ethereum's Dunkun upgrade. Basically, cheaper transaction fees is, not to get too technical about it. And they updated the gas token implementation as well. So in contrast with many layer 2 networks, Cronos Hyperchain uses a protocol token derived from Crow called ZK Crow instead of using ETH for transaction fee payments. I think this is really cool if you are a Crow coin holder, because instead of creating a layer 2 that uses Ethereum for gas, they are looking to use their native token as gas, which should, further increase the demand for this altcoin if the chain does see a lot of adoption. So although not yet included in this version of Tethys, they are looking to make several additional updates in the coming weeks, including an optimized gas price adjuster, enabling the gas price to vary more effectively depending on Ethereum's gas price and the ETH to Crow price. So L1 to L2 bridging without having to hold any Crow on Ethereum. Layer 2 transaction fees will be paid using the ETH collected as part of the L1 transaction. So yeah, really what we're looking at here is the fact that they are looking to use this testnet here and make the mainnet happen. They said June, and now they're saying here we can expect more information in the first half of June. So once the testnet quests are launched, expect more end user activities to be announced in June and July. The alpha mainnet should be open to the public later in the summer. So I actually didn't see this, and to me, it now looks like we may actually be pushing back the mainnet launch, or rather the Cronos team may be pushing back the mainnet launch. They say the exact launch date is dependent on the migration of the ZK Sync ecosystem to shared bridge on mainnet. So, if they are going to push this back, I think that overall, I actually wouldn't mind it right now. I think that, because the market's kind of been cooling off, some altcoins have been slightly moving down. I wouldn't be shocked to see the market kind of make its way to the downside or just shuffle sideways for a couple of months. And if things can pick up again later in the summer or going, into September, That would be a pretty opportune time for them to launch this layer 2 if we do see that reacceleration in the altcoin market. Now, the other thing I do want to cover here is the Cronos burns, okay? We know that they actually did burn 50 million Cro the first time that it passed that threshold. However, now we are sitting at about 50.3 million Cro, and we have not yet seen the second burn take place. So I'm not too sure exactly why this is the case, why they did not burn it at that 50 mil, but it's definitely something I am keeping my eye on, and I do hope that they are able to keep it consistent at that 50 mil, because once they burn this, I mean, technically it's out of the float, right? It's already in the community pool here, and it's basically just waiting to be burned. But once the burn is official, we will have crossed that 100 million milestone for the new Cro burn proposal. Now, I do want to take a look quickly at the technicals to wrap things up. And the one thing here is, as the altcoin market has been moving down, we did actually see Cronos actually kind of break the pattern that it did start, or rather that I thought it was going to follow. So we saw here in October, we saw a big breakout, about 140% move, and then Cro coin actually moved down about 40%, bounced off the bull market support band. Yet again, it made another 140% move, give or take, and then shuffled sideways. Now, what I was looking at here was a potential break back to the upside. However, unfortunately, we did not get that breakout. We are still failing to get above this downtrend here, and we have broken the bull market support band. So I was looking for us to hold that 12-cent level, make its way back up. However, to me, it now looks like this altcoin probably wants to make its way back down to the 10-cent area, which would represent a drop of about another 8 to 9%. So that's what I'm looking at when it comes to Cro coin. Historically speaking, 10 cents has been a very strong buying opportunity. If we take a look at the log scale, you can see over here again. So 10 cents to kind of make its way back down there wouldn't be terrible in my opinion. But now that we are back below the bull market support band and we have kind of invalidated a continuation of this pattern, I do believe that 10 cents is most likely back on the table. So on that note, I hope you all enjoyed the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.